Hey guys, it is Jonah and I am back with another video. Today I'm going to be sharing my thoughts to you guys on the top 9 from The Voice from last night and who I think stood out for me and who I think is going to end up making the finale from the result show this week and how I think the results is going to fare out and just how I feel about this season as a whole and just where I see people falling and stuff like that. But before I get into this video, guys, please subscribe down below if you guys like this video and want to see more of my The Voice content. I'd really appreciate it. And let's get right into this video. So, before I get into it, I guess, so I reacted to 8 out of the 9 contestants from last night. So if you guys have not checked out my reaction videos from last night yet, I would encourage you all to go give that a look real quick. I reacted to everyone but Cam West because it wasn't letting me react to it from the app I use. It was just saying there was some technical difficulties that were going on, so I couldn't react to it sadly. But I did watch it, so I have seen all 9. So these are completely fair predictions based on me watching all 9. Even though I didn't actually react to Cam West, but I did react to all 8 of the rest of the 8 besides him. So yeah, this result show is going to be very interesting to me because you have 3 out of the 4 teams, in my opinion, are gonna have really tough. It's going to be really tough deciding which one from each of these teams is going to represent them in the finale. You have Todd and Tanisha on Team Blake. Obviously, you have Joanna too, but I feel like it's turned into a competition between Todd and Tanisha. I don't know who's gonna make it in. I have my thoughts on who I think is gonna make it, but obviously you don't know which one's gonna make it until you see it happen live. And you have Micah and Megan, and then you have Thunderstorm and Allegra, and then you have Cam West and Zan. Literally all 4, I could see like anybody making the top 5 really besides Joanna because of the competition on Team Blake, but I could honestly see any one of these 8 contestants making it through to the finale, but I feel like I'm going to be predicting what I think, and thoughts wise on the show last night. My opinion, that was, I think, the best show they've had yet this season live wise. I feel like everyone picked decent songs to showcase their voice. There were some little things that I had in my reaction videos. Like, for example, I thought Allegra could have used a little more power in her performance. I wasn't sure about the song choice for Megan and things like that. But overall, it was a great night. And some of the standouts obviously have to be Thunderstorm artist. He sang Home, and he absolutely killed it. I love the emotion that he put into the song, and he's literally so captivating. Like, whenever I'm watching him sing, I feel like I'm not even watching someone perform on a singing show. I feel like I'm watching him perform at an award show, like where he's already famous. I think I'm watching him on tour or at a concert or something, because that's how good he is. And you kind of just get lost in it. And it's very exciting to watch him perform. He's very heartfelt. He has range. He has tone. He has everything it takes to be a star. And I can't think of any way he won't make the finale. Even if he has to sing an instant save, there's no way America won't vote him through, because I don't think there's even a chance he'll have to be in the instant save, because I feel like he'll get more votes than Allegra. But yeah, so I think for me, he is the clear front runner of the show, and I can't see a finale without him in it right now. So yeah. So then obviously you have Allegra, who she sang Overjoyed, and this was the one I feel like could have been more powerful. It wasn't a bad performance, but it wasn't her best performance yet either. And I feel like she will be in the instant save. It's just a matter of if she wins or not, and I'm not sure at all who's gonna win the instant save. Like previous seasons, I can kind of tell who's gonna make the finale, but this season's wide open in my opinion for the 3 others, I guess the 4 others besides Thunderstorm. And yeah, it's like I said, it's gonna be very interesting. But yes, I do think Allegra will be singing in the instant save tonight. So then let's go over to Team Kelly. So you have Micah, who's saying "I Will Follow You Into the Dark," and then you have Megan, who's saying "What Hurts the Most." So that may have been my favorite performance from Micah all season. It was so emotional. He did so much runs with it. He was so powerful with his range. He just explodes. I mean, it's just all around. He's such a great performer. He has such a great stage presence. Like, same thing with Thunderstorm. It felt like I was watching him at a concert, like, instead of like him in a singing competition. And I feel like he's starting to gain more prominence than over Megan. And so my prediction is that he is going to be the top vote getter on Team Kelly, and that he will be the one in the finale, and that Megan is going to be the one in instant save, which I'm not totally sure about, because Megan did sing a country song, and we all know that country people tend to vote for this show a lot. So that may be the reason why Megan does get through over Micah. But based on performance last night, I would have to give the slight edge to Micah. I feel like he had the better song selection, and he did a better job with it. And I feel like people are starting to think Micah deserves to be in the finale, and I'm so happy that Kelly decided to keep going with him in the knockouts, even though most of the other coaches probably would have picked Taylor. I'm so glad that Kelly picked Micah. And yeah, so I do think Megan will also be in the instant save. And if she sings another country singer-songwriter song, I feel like she has a good chance to win the instant save, because, like I said, because of all the country fans that vote for the show. But we'll have to see what happens. But yeah. So then we have Team John. So we have Cam West. He sang Rainbow by Casey Musgraves. I'm not sure Musgraves, whatever. I'm not sure what her last name is, but it's a very good song. I liked his rendition. It was a very surprising song selection for him, but he killed it. I love his falsetto. I loved his switching. He was very emotional with it, and he made Kelly cry a little bit. It looked like he made some of the other coaches cry too. I mean, it was just a very nice performance. And then you have Zan, who sang Never Be the Same, which is a really surprising song selection for me, but I really loved it. It was her best performance yet, in my opinion. She sang a lot in her head voice, which was perfect to me. Like, it was so surprising to me to watch, because you haven't heard that part of her voice all that much from, like, the majority of a performance like we did last night. And the only reason why I'm going to say Cam West is going to be in the finale is because he is more prominent. So Zan's been underrated this whole show, and I don't feel like there was anything she could have done last night to get her over that hump. I feel like people just kind of forget about her when they're talking about frontrunners of the show. She's personally one of my favorites, but from America's standpoint, it's gonna suck to see her leave tomorrow, or I guess tonight. And for right now, I don't see her even getting into the instant save if it is only 3 people like it's been in the past. If it's 4 people where the next 4 get to sing in this instant save, then she'll definitely get in. But if it's only 3, that's more of a long shot in my opinion, because I feel like the other 3 contestants that are gonna get second places on their teams are gonna have a better shot to make the instant save than she would, just because I feel like they're more popular contestants and more people are talking about them, and more people are gonna vote for them. And I'm not sure what it is, because Zan's so captivating when she sings. And she has such a great stage presence, like, and she has experience too. Like, she's one of the better artists on the show, but I can't figure out why that's not translating into votes for her. But yeah, for right now, I do think Cam West will be moving on to the finale for Team John. I think he has a nice buttery tone, and I'm loving the song selections from him lately. And they're very surprising, but they're working out for him in a great deal. And I hope he keeps that up going into the finale if he gets there. So yeah. So now we have Team Blake, and this is my opinion probably the hardest decision in my opinion, because you have Todd Tilghman. He sang a country song. He was America's pick last week. Then you have Tanisha, who was Coach's pick. But this is my opinion, I feel like Tanisha actually had a better performance than Todd. From like a stage presence wise, I feel like I liked Todd's arrangement better because all of its kids were around him. But at the same time, I like Tanisha's vocals better, and I really liked the song selection for her. But I do feel like Todd Tilghman is going to be the 4th spot in the finale, just because you have him singing with his children there, so he gets that vote because of the kind of like the cuteness vote from his kids. And then you have the country vibes from him, and then you also have Team Blake. That he's on Team Blake because obviously a lot of people are fans of Blake, and they're going to vote for people on Blake's team. And then you also have him already getting more votes than Tanisha last week, and I don't feel like Todd was probably top 5 performance-wise, and I don't feel like that he did bad enough to where he would get less votes than Tanisha, if that makes any sense. I feel like he'll still get more votes than Tanisha, and that Tanisha will end up being in the instant save. And then I have Joanna. She is probably my last spot because she had, in my opinion, a really good performance in the second half of it. And but the main issue is that she was in the instant save from last week, which means that she's already not getting as many votes as the other contestants, and she has more work to do. And I don't feel like she floored me with her performance at all. And I feel like we're going to be seeing her going home short of the instant save, I guess, tonight. And like I said, this season's full of talent. Like I've said this before, this is like the first season in a while where I cannot clearly tell you 3 out of the 4 I think are going to be in the finale. Like, I can't tell you. Like, literally, it could be Todd, it could be Tanisha, it could be Micah, it could be Megan, it could be Cam West. Like, I can't tell you because it's just hard. Like, it could be Allegra even. Like, I mean, it's so hard to choose just 4 people from, like, a winner from each team this year because of how talented the season is. And previous years, they've had iTunes studio versions before you can vote. This year, you can't. And I feel like that doesn't seem like a big issue, but I feel like it may come that in reality it may become a bigger issue where the more younger contestants, or younger voters, they may be using iTunes to vote because the older contestants may not know how to use iTunes. They're probably just using the app or something like that or online. But now the iTunes, obviously because they're from home, they can't do a studio version of it. And that takes that takes a huge part away from the voting process. And I feel like maybe people who we don't normally maybe see in the finale may end up getting in because of that factor. We'll see. But right now, it hasn't really affected the voting last week at all. But it may tonight. We'll see what happens. This talent is unbelievable. The instant save, if I'm right about it being Allegra, Tanisha, and Megan, or if it ends up being Micah, Allegra, and Todd. Either way, it's going to be probably the hardest instant save to choose from I've ever seen on this show. And, like, I do not know who I would pick to win the instant save. I would have to see all 3 perform. But I feel like I would, right now, I would have to give the edge to Megan or Allegra. Because they both have unique tones. Megan has that little country vibe, and Allegra just has a incredible tone for her age, and she's just had such a great stage presence, very emotional. But then you also have Tanisha. Like, literally, it's gonna be impossible to choose the instant save person, and I'm not even gonna get to vote because I have a kind of like a small group Zoom session for my church tonight, so I'm not gonna be able to watch the results or vote in the instant save, but which kind of sucks. So, like, I mean, I don't know who's going to be in the instant save, but I know it's going to be great because it's just such a talented season. I feel bad for Zan. I feel like she deserves to be in the instant save, but I don't feel like she's going to get as many votes as some of the other contestants on the show this season. And it sucks, but it is what it is. There can only be one winner, and I can't wait to find out who makes the top 5 with you guys tonight. I'll be back probably tomorrow morning with another video about how I felt about the results show. Maybe even tonight. We'll see what happens. But yeah, guys, thank you for watching this video in advance. I really appreciate it, and I'll be back with more videos later. Thank you.